1 minute past 10.
No, 2100, and it's 2100, and we are
I'm
live on time as usual.
On my phone, it's 2101.
Well, we don't live with your time.
Yeah, it's a Mickey Mouse phone.
Yeah, it's a Mickey Mouse phone. Yeah. So anyway, tonight we're coming from Alveazra. We're not exactly in the man cave in Alveazra.
It's kind of through there, but it's not working.
We're close enough, but we can't get it good enough. But anyway, we are on the air as promised. I'll put the link up for anybody who wants to join right off. We're in Alveazra. It's a pleasant 16 degrees out right now.
How do you know that? Is that just like 16 degrees?
16 degrees. It was a beautiful day here. We traveled up, my wife and I, in the middle of the day, and we got to sit outside in Gary's estate and have some wine and cheese and this and that. And the port.
Yeah.
I had a very nice white port as well. So yeah, that's kind of how we started the weekend. So yeah. Hello to Dale. Best wishes to him as well. Hello to Patrick, as always. We haven't heard from him in his lifetime, so I hope he's doing okay. And
he might be dead.
Else? What's up?
He might be dead.
He might be. Okay.
I don't know. Thank you to Jason and Phil and all the other West Ham supporters for being worse.
You're
good on you, buddy. Good on you. So there you go.
And we will cover that later.
Okay, we can cover that later. Any other cheers that we have to do? Any celebrations taking place? Joel, do you have anything to celebrate this week? No. Okay. Lee, you have any anniversaries, any birthdays, anything that we need to know about?
Not really. Don't think so.
Okay.
I had a cracking wank on Wednesday.
Okay.
Initiation.
Oh no, Pete, you'll appreciate this. I had a wank on Wednesday, and because I didn't wank Monday, Tuesday, it felt like a 12-year-old again. It was explosive.
You don't want to say you felt like a 12-year-old. You'll get confused with Prince Andrew.
Yeah,
it felt like I was a 12-year-old again. It was explosive. It was a cracking wank.
So there you go.
Wank on Wednesday. It was excellent.
I'll tell you, Lee, before I had that balls operation, I could I could go about 2 meters, I reckon, 3 meters. It was like Gary's ManCave. Is that why you couldn't do it in the ManCave, Gary? Because the spunk interfered with the signal or something? Or
it's probably all snarl.
Pete, it fired across the sink in the bathroom. They had to do a proper clean up.
So there we go. Guten Abend. Does anybody?
Guten Abend. German, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, it's Germany. Allegedly. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. So anyway, I'm not sure who else is going to join tonight. There's nobody on yet, but at least
Gilchrist said he'll join later.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
He's probably having a wank, and now he's heard mine was explosive. He won't join because he won't be.
Yeah, just can't make it.
It'll just put a leak out and drop onto the floor like.
You that is doing the dishes or doing the laundry or what?
Yeah, he's probably loading the dishwasher while having a wank. I reckon that's the one.
Having a wank whilst loading the dishwasher.
Exactly. I'm sure wearing marigolds is what I reckon at the time.
When Rima said put a load in the dishwasher, she didn't mean that.
There you have it. So anyway, Joel, you're playing with your dog over there. Who's going to win that battle? I'm waiting to see the dog take your nose off. No. Okay. How was your week? Anything to report?
No, nothing special.
No, nothing special. Okay. So if anybody's looking for a dog, Joel is still looking to donate his dog out. So,
he's grown a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And the dog's quite big as well.
Yeah. So there you go. They come as a package deal too, in case anybody else is interested. So anyway. Okay. Thanks, Joel. Bubbles, how was your week, sir?
Yeah, very bubbly. So first of all, fucking good old Hammers never let you down in terms of 1-3-0 and still got relegated. I love it. And Can you imagine what the stadium's going to be like, Gary? No tourists. It's a 60,000 seater stadium. There's Lincoln. Oh, can you imagine Lincoln at home? It's going to be about 4,000 people. It'll be like going to going up north to watch a football game in one of their amazing European stadiums. So I think that'll be fun. But so that was great, and getting the hot tub on was good, and getting it was horrible. So yeah, fucking hated working in the sun. It was really. So Lee,
it's been fucking 5 weeks.
It was really horrible this week though, man.
It's fucking 5 weeks to put that fucking hot tub up.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
I could dig a pool quicker.
Yeah, well,
I could fit a pool quicker than you've fucking built a hot tub.
No, and you can't rush perfection. And I've mainly been building the sauna anyway, so no, it should be fine, definitely.
Yeah,
but the more important question is: did the plaque come in to attach?
No, I've got the plaque yet, but that will come when everything's finished. Just like me.
Okay.
So yeah, once
it's ceremony, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to do that. And Lee, none of your projectiles when we go in when you come to the hot tub, because I have to redo the whole chemicals if you stop.
It'd look like a poached egg, wouldn't it?
I will definitely wank in your hot tub, Pete.
I'll be able to tell. I can put a little duck.
No, you have to tell. I'll admit to it. I'll tell you I've done it. I'll point it out to you.
There you go. And
Lovely.
there it is, floating on by.
Well,
very good. Lee, how was your week, sir?
That bubble.
Oh, isn't
You have lots of little baby bubble Lees in your hot tub.
Look at that, isn't he cute? Definitely.
So Lee, now known as the naked gardener amongst the gardeners around town.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I wasn't naked. I just had my shirt off, and it was a funny angle for the camera.
Yeah. So you say.
Yeah. I'll have to ask a couple of your clients about that. So we'll see.
I'm looking forward to Gary's streaming challenge that I didn't hear about until a few weeks ago, but now I'm prepping for it.
Yeah.
I'm getting worried about him. He's really taking this to
But Gary's got a lot of practicing that he needs to do not so far from here. So he's going to be up for the challenge for sure.
I'm practicing daily.
Okay.
Hey, that field that you and Gary were on about, that's all trimmed now, all completely done. Thank God for
It
sweaty
grows
socks.
again, please. That's the trouble. You're looking, it's growing again.
If it wasn't for desperate sweaty socks, I would not have got it done. So I have to say there is something to be said for the sweaties. They're not too bad, really.
It's forecast to cool down next week, but there's no rain on the forecast for the next 3 or 4 weeks. So
I don't know why they've extended it.
I think once we've cut now, it's done. It's done and dusted.
Yeah, I'm fucking hoping so, definitely. Because we've had so much rain this year. Fuck me.
Yeah, I think that the high temperatures are gone for a while. It's going to dip back down again for a little while.
More normal aspirations.
Normal.
Well, it's only been 27 here today, but it felt fucking hotter.
34 here today. Gary, what was the temperature in the kettle this afternoon?
I don't know because I haven't really been measuring it, but I know that the builders up at the other house have had to stop work because they're just getting boiled to death on the roof.
Fuck me, man. Honestly, me and Spencer
Completely
fuck me. Oh, and my machine started overheating as well, which was shitty. So, yeah, it's one of those fucking horrible ones. But Lee, 27 is lovely. Light breeze it is. It's a nice.
There was no breeze. It was a bit sticky today. It's not been bad, but just sticky. Yeah.
Just that
I was reseeding. I was reseeding an area. I'm not convinced it'll take, but it's where the builders have just finished, and it's like 40, 50 square meters. But they've left loads. Right, so it's in a private garden with 2 kids and a dog. Right, so I go in with a scarifier, and so before I started the scarifier, I walked around, picked up all the stones that are left behind, and 4 razor blades with sellotape on that they've been using, and just left in the garden.
Oh, lovely! That's a really nice gift.
Yeah,
for a kid, isn't it?
yeah, really nice. 2 small kids and a fucking dog, and they're leaving razor blade bits in the fucking garden.
They should have put some needles out. You could have made it.
When I used to swim with the amount of needles that flew past my shoulder, I've lost count.
Gary, Jesus. I don't know. And maybe get Lee, they didn't disperse any condoms over the place, did they? So there you go.
It was just razor blades that they've been using. But you think they've been there for 6 weeks, 7 weeks. They've seen the kids coming and going. They've seen the dog out.
But you have to
Portuguese builders. Not a shit given.
You're lucky they showed up for 6 or 7 weeks. So,
Well, they're only 3 months late. They should have been finished. They should have been finished after Christmas. and one of the irrigation pipes that they split, they actually concreted into the base of the fucking wall as well.
Oh, that's good. They are irrigation.
Yeah, that's nice. So they split it and then concrete it into the base of the wall.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That really helped with irrigation.
And I told them if they need any of the system turning off, to give me a call. I gave them my phone number, and I told them the owner can call me anytime. And he said, "No, we know how to deal with it. It'll be fine."
yeah, we'll just cut through it. We don't need to deal with you.
They went to the system box next to the computer and just cut the wires for the valves.
That's clever. I like it. It's an
Because if they would have called you, it would have taken at least 5 or 10 minutes for you to get there.
See, Lee, that's
No, if they'd have called me, I could have told them in 5 minutes how to do it on the computer.
Yeah. Path of
Fucking,
least resistance, sir. Path of least resistance.
yeah, they just took a fucking razor blade to the fucking wires and dumped the razor blade in the garden.
Yep. But think of how much more work you're getting out of it, so you get paid.
yeah, but you don't want to go in getting paid for other people's mistakes.
It's not the kind of pay I want to fucking make. I'm busy enough. I don't need the fucking grief.
No,
Okay.
man.
I don't need the grief.
Okay.
Honestly, though, Lee, renovating, like, so most of the people I've been working with on the build, they renovate houses, and some of the fucking Portuguese, the decisions they make when they're building places are just fucking unbelievable. But they do love concrete, so I'm not surprised they're concrete your foundations there. They do love any chance to slap a bit of concrete somewhere. Fucking, they'll go for. And the worst thing is the sand here. I don't know about what it's like where you are. Is way sharper than the stuff that you use in the UK. So the mixes they make are fucked a lot of the time. They're either really sloppy or just really you can't.
Or just crumbled to pieces, like the one today.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly it.
I didn't even use a pick at it, Pete. I just hit it with my spade and it fell to pieces. And I thought this guy's paid a small fortune for that fucking foundation.
But it's not
the guy's paid a small fortune for a foundation I could fucking chip away at with a spade.
Speaking of a spade, why didn't you kill that snake the other day?
I like snake. Oh, it's a good video, weren't it?
Yeah,
I did the video for the customer, but then I sent it to the WhatsApp chat.
Because I was
You
waiting for
was lovely, wasn't you?
to come out and that
Yeah,
thing to
what
be
was it, a
cut
ladder?
several pieces.
No, it's a whip snake, Pete.
Oh, I love whip snakes. We've got a couple
Yeah,
of them.
yeah. It was a whip snake.
No, I
But
love
the thing is, I'd put my fuel in the garage, in the shade, because you know those plastic tanks, like they expand in the heat, don't they?
Yeah.
So they've got their own little collection of tools at the corner of the garage. So I put my fuel next to that, and I went back at like 11 o'clock or midday or whatever to fuel the strimmer up, and it just exploded from behind the shovel or behind the gas canister or something. It was just like it was there. But they're quite aggressive. They're not aggressive. They try to scare you. I'm convinced of it. They try to like, whoa.
When they're called, they just make a big whip, because I've got one that's resident in the tool shed, and I love it. I think they're great, because main thing is I don't want fucking mice or rats anywhere near any of my tools. Yeah, and I'd much rather have a snake, much better. Geckos, lovely, love them, they're great, but just fucking not. Snakes, killed some poor innocent snake that was downstairs. I like snakes. I think they're great. So to be honest, I think they're fab.
I tried to chase it out, but it got into the cement. So I had to move the cement bags. And when I was moving the bags, she was sticking her head. I couldn't record it because I need both hands. but she was whipping her head out trying to get me. But the mouth is so small, it can't really do anything.
They're non-venomous. I suppose you could die of
No,
shock.
No, she shocked me at first. She gave me a bit of a spook at first when she was behind because she kind of appeared from behind the shovel or from behind the gas canister. But it was so quick I couldn't sort of register it. But then when I knew she was there, I'm not bothered. Don't bother me at all.
I hate saying it, but the fucking eagles and vultures around here are really good. And there's a lot of the time I see them carrying snakes. So they don't have much chance. You might as well try and give them a decent go. There's enough stuff out there to get them. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the guy I was living with, Kevin, I sent him the video and he messaged back, "Oh, I'd have had a panic attack." But when he came home in the afternoon, we went to find her because I knew where she went. She went to the tool shed, into the other sort of shed at the side. And I got her out and sort of half picked up my gloves without trying to disturb her. And I just said, "Look, you'd rather have 10 of these than 5 rats."
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You know, you'd rather have 10 of these than 5 mice every day of the week.
Yeah.
No, she was just a bit whippy, which is where to get the name from.
Yeah, but they're lovely, and I love the way I've got pebbles now around the house. They lay out there in the morning just to warm up, so I can roughly guess how many there are. How they survive with the fox and the mongoose and stuff. I've got and the eagles. Everything's out to get them, but it's like anything out here that they manage. They kind of struggle and get there. But I'm all in favour of the snakes out here. Are lovely. It's only the adders you have to be wary of, and they're all at altitude. They're all up hills.
Even the adders, it's only a bee sting.
Yeah, but if you
apart from die. Apart from your missus, who would die immediately because she's got a pig transplant.
That's not nice.
If you're healthy enough, it's a big thing. Babies and people with sort of heart problems, it might be a bit of an issue, but
I think any guests on Carl's show in the morning, they'd have an issue, but I think most people would probably be all right, to be honest. So it depends on the age demographic, doesn't it, really? That's the thing. If you don't want to head towards the light, don't get bitten by an adder. If you're all right, then yeah, I think for any reasonable person, you're fine. But
when I worked for Goodside Service in Oldham, we did like a health check on some moorland at Saddleworth Moor, and part of the ecology test, we put loads of corrugated iron sheets, sort of like 2 foot by 2 foot squares, along all the edge of the pathways. Left them there for a month and went and checked the adders, and that was how you judged you had a healthy moor.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
If you've got a lot of snakes on there, then it's a healthy moor.
Well,
and when you put corrugated iron down, everything was underneath it because it retains the heat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I dealt with, because we used to weigh them. We used to weigh them and sex them. And so I dealt with maybe 200 over 4 years. Never got bit. You know, no real problem with them.
I think it's only if you kind of sit on them or stand on them. They're not aggressive. There's very, very few genuinely aggressive snakes, and most of them are in Australia. So you don't have to fucking worry.
Again, a good reason I will never go to Australia.
Yeah, it's a fucking weird one. Definitely, everything's out to kill you.
So with that said, can I ask the person who has invited me up to his estate for the weekend, how is his week been?
You keep calling it an estate. Is it an estate or is it just his house?
No, it's my statement. It is in a state.
It's in a state.
Just a normal measure of the same old busy, very hot. I had a sobering moment when I was up the other house, working on the roof of the shed, because I've taken the summer house down and relocated it in a different part. And I was
away from the tree.
No, it's sobering because he didn't have any wine with him.
No, I didn't know. That's a good point. Anyway, I was doing this roof, and I suddenly thought to myself, because I hadn't seen anybody for hours. If I fall off this roof, and injure myself and land in the little forest behind it in this heat, I'm fucked. I'm going to die because nobody's going to find me. I'm just going to be a dried up husk of a.
You'd be dead right there.
Yeah, so I thought, I maybe stop doing this for a bit. But it's been that type of week. Even the builders have had to stop work because it's so bloody hot up there.
After about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, it's just fucking hell on earth working.
It is. Imagine being on a roof, you know, where the.
I don't have to imagine, honestly, Gary. I've been doing a shit job of it, but I've been putting fucking beams up all fucking week. It's shit, honestly.
Well, you know the story, then, don't you? You know.
Yeah. For fuck's sake, you fucking amateurs!
How did I know that was coming? Bloody hell. No, it is a fucker. Working on a roof at any time is shitty, but fucking in this sort of heat, it's just crap. So, yeah.
I know I mentioned to Eric a few weeks ago. I met a lad recently. He's in his 50s. Well, no, he's not. He's 50. And he's keen to get into work in horticulture. He's been doing a bit with Tree Guy Dave. So today was his first day out with me. He disappeared at 11 o'clock.
I was going to say, it was his last day out with you, because who the hell could work with you? Yeah.
First day out, last day. Yeah. At 11 o'clock, he just packed his tools up and fucked off.
That is shit, though, Lee. Honestly, I literally have to drag Spence off the fucking roof because his eyes have got like a. He basically looks. His neck is the same color as my shirt is, which my neck is the same color as at the moment as well. So it's fucking. That's crap, man. You can't have someone who jumps off a job. That's shitty, definitely. And 11 o'clock.
It's too warm. It's too warm. Too warm.
Just getting warmed up then.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
A guy like that, you wanted to sort it out quick.
Yeah.
And he's done and dusted. Goodbye.
Yeah.
You might not find out really.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't wait till you get into something serious and then he bails. But yeah. So anyway. Yeah.
I was thinking about your mate, the solar guy the other day, Pete.
Lee, because I had him round today fitting the electrics for the hot tub, and he was saying thanks a lot because he's got one of those referrals came back to him, and he was saying that if he does get the job from it, he'll make sure he sorts you out, so he'll get your details. But Jamie's lovely.
Oh no, I don't want anything.
No, I know you don't.
No. No. As long as he does a good job and customers are happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, well, you definitely will. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but no, he's a good guy.
But we had a bit of a walk round the property because I think they spoke on the phone. They sent some video messages, and I'm going to have to do a bit of tree work just to clear some space to sort of allow more lighting. So I'm already making on it, so it doesn't. I don't need a drop as long as he can make some pennies.
He'll do it anyway because he's that sort of guy. So no, it's lovely. We're lucky to know the people we do, is what I'd say. And you always get. But he was saying exactly the same thing. He said he's tried out about 10 guys, and fucking it's very difficult. You can get people that are good at being labourers, but you need a specific kind of nerdy geek. And he said he's got this guy that's nerdy, geeky, kind of all sounds all right, but he's got a South African whiny voice, so he can't put up with it. So he said after a week of fucking having to listen to him, he said it's irritated him so much that he just can't fucking deal with it anymore. But I don't know, it's difficult, isn't it?
There was a game on this week on the TV in the cafe. I think Sporting was playing. Was it the green one? Which was the green one?
Sporting's green.
Right. So they were playing. There's a guy in the cafe, really big guy with a big beard. He had the strangest fucking voice. He sounded like a cartoon character. He sounded like Mickey Mouse. Oh, I was pissing myself. And then Sandra Deed came in, and I mentioned to Sandra, and then this guy said something, and he started laughing. Oh, it was just so funny. Sandra was trying to be nice, saying, "Lee, be nice. You might have a condition." Eve thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, once your daughter starts laughing at him, then I don't know.
I do love kids like that, though. I remember one of Di's kids. They went off to Florida, and this fucking you know what Florida's like, Eric, more than anyone. So someone was ride, and they took up all 3 seats of the
Yeah.
ride, and she just couldn't help saying, "God, how fat is she?"
Tell it like it is.
I do love kids for that. I have to admit, I think they're really good. They just cut
That's
through.
because there's no filter, right?
No.
It just
Yeah.
it comes out there.
Stream
So.
consciousness, isn't it? I do love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Awesome.
No, for sure.
I mean, you've got to make the most of it while she's still that age, because she
Yeah.
can be as rude and insulting to anyone at that age. But the one thing I find really fucking hard, I don't know about you, Lee, is how old do you tell how old are kids in fucking Portugal? Because some of them are so small, like they might be fucking 12, 13, and you can mistake
no, Pete, that's the fucking adults. The fucking adults. You can't judge the adults how old they are by the size.
Yeah.
We went for dinner last week with Eric and Pat and the family. And there's the guy sat in his own having snails. Eve walked over to him, smiled at him, and started eating his fucking snails off his plate.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, I like that.
She was like, I'll have some of that.
She wasn't even shy about it, Pete. Middle of the restaurant, just going off someone else's plate.
Isn't it awesome what you can get away with at that age? I suppose it's the same as having dementia. You can get away with a whole load of shit that you wouldn't be able to get away with at any other stage.
Don't know, let's ask Gary. Sorry, how's your adventure going? Is it okay? You get away with a lot?
Sorry, who are you?
Yeah. So anyway, yes, thanks, Eric. My week, it was pretty good. I was in Barcelona for the majority of the week. I got home, I don't know, night before last, and spent one day at home and up to Alveazur today. Spend the weekend with Gary and Linda and the crew. We're going to be going to a nice beer festival tomorrow. Yeah, so my week's been kind of good. I missed the hottest day, which was what the hell is it? Wednesday.
Can I ask, how much did you hate Barcelona?
No, actually, I had a good time at Barcelona. Nobody stole my luggage. Nobody stole my wallet.
Did they try?
The food was good.
Did they
wine was
try to
good.
steal it?
No, nobody got that close.
Did
No.
you get down to the beach, Eric? I
did.
It's
I got.
It's so
I
nice.
got down to the beach, the marina, all that. We did a lot of walking. One day we walked nearly 8 miles, which I think that's a pretty good go, right?
Good morning, just before lunch.
Yeah, and then we were back. I went in the pool, and
Oh, lovely. Sounds really nice.
Yeah, no, that Barcelona was fine. So whether I
Yes,
live there, no, I wouldn't live there. Portugal is definitely still the place. So anyway, but yeah, so now I'm here in Alveazur for the weekend. We almost got to see who that was. Not quite. But anyway. See, Antonio's going to set us straight. Whoops, not that. Sporting lost the cup final to Torrance, a team that ended third in the second league. And Torrance lost yesterday. Their chance to be promoted to the first league. So Sporting had a bad night.
He had a squeaky voice. It was hilarious. That's all I know.
There you go. And
So, Gary, how do you fancy playing West Ham next year? So you'll have had
Whichever way, it was win-win for us because we're going to play West Ham or you. So I'm outrageously happy.
Oh, mate, definitely. I'd say Sullivan's destroyed both your clubs. That's quite an impressive record, isn't it, really? He completely fucked you and then went over to West Ham and absolutely fucked
All right, we're not doing football. Chris, how's your week been?
no, so anyway, did they spray me with water pistols? Stand by. I'm running the show here. Did they spray me? Shut the F up. Did they spray me with water pistols? No. And I'm not sure of the significance of that. So we may need to have another comment.
You think it's water in the pistol?
Oh.
That was Lee with the sink earlier.
No, they talk about the Spanish last year when they had the protest against the tourists.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
They were pissing in water pistols and firing at people.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah, that was last year.
We stayed in an area that was right near, not far away from the university. So there was a lot of younger folks there.
A lot of young girls walking around.
Hell yeah, there was.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of little boobies and pretty faces.
So the scenery was good.
Yes, I had to come to Barcelona for that.
The beer was cold, and
San Miguel? Was you San Miguel most of the time, or Lao? Or what was you
He was
drinking?
drinking Guinness, Scottish people.
no, I was drinking. What was that, Estrella?
Yeah, Estrella's lovely. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's what they had. It was like when you go to order a beer, and in Lisbon they'll give you a Sagres. They just give you Estrella in Barcelona.
Yeah, and it's twice the price as well, isn't it? Fucking hell. How expensive was it, Eric? It's pretty bad usually, Barcelona.
Nah, I think we for not a Kaneka, but the smaller one. I think we were paying like a 180 euro. So
Yeah, that's
yeah, that was fair
It's
enough.
not bad for a major city, is it really?
Yeah, no, it was fair enough. And if I go back, then I'll definitely stay in the same area. So there you go. So that was kind of my week, and now we're going into the weekend. So what could be bad? Chris, do you have anything positive to add, or was your week was just bad rides on the metro, and McDonald's didn't treat you well, and your car's still not ready? Go ahead.
Car's still not ready. They phoned me on Wednesday to say the parts went in and that they was expecting them in on Wednesday, but they still hadn't turned up. But I phoned them today. All the parts have turned up now, and they reckon I'll get the car back on the 8th of June. If it comes in,
But they're not for your car.
No.
Yeah.
that's nearly 2 months.
It's the next-
The 8th of June, 2026. Did they stipulate that?
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Did I have some bad news? Landed at 10:50 at Gatwick. Got to the car, drove it home. So this is like the hire car work. Sorry, I got to the box because that's what it is. It's a box. Drove it home. Got in the car the next morning for him to drive me to the station, and I noticed that there's a crack growing in the screen. So it's been so hot out here. And then literally it got a bit bigger. I phoned the hire company and I said, look, if the chip is smaller than a 1 pence piece, then you don't have to pay for it. I said, yeah, but this is growing. It's not getting the circumference isn't growing, but the crack is growing. I said, and they started to say, well, we wouldn't have given it to you with a cracked screen. I said, well, whoa. We're not in America. I'm not being litigious here. I'm just telling you, there's a crack in the screen. Can't you send autoglass out or something? Oh, we can't give you another car till Monday. And I know that you're worried because you've got a crack in the screen, but you have to wait till Monday. I think to myself, why is this guy talking to me like this? I haven't been rude. I've been courteous. I'm just informing him of something. But that's not me being negative.
Is it because you're black?
No, it's because of Brexit. Brexit, that's what the problem is.
Brexit, of course it is. Of course it is. Nigel Farage did it.
Oh, fuck Farage. He's good and he's fucked himself, isn't he?
Farage kicked your screen, the bastard.
Oh, fuck Farage. Honestly, do you know what's happening now? I know that you all turn around and saying, no, you're never going to go back into the EU in our lifetime. Fuck it. They've already announced today that 2027, they're doing away with all the food checks at the borders. We're fucking on our way back in. We're on our way back in.
No, we're not.
So now I can travel to the UK and go on the Schengen line. I don't have to go on all this bullshit at Lisbon Airport to get to the UK.
Chris, do you realise how much it would cost the economy to go back into the UK?
Lee, do you know how much it's costing the economy being out of it? Do you know, I spoke to a guy today at work and I said to him, do you remember those jokes in the 70s when they used to say you've got a Scottish man, a British man, a Scottish man, an English man, and an Irish man, and they always used to take the mick out of the Irish guys. But who's stupid now? I said to him, who's stupid now? And he looked at me and said, exactly. You know,
Chris, do you know how much the German economy and the French economy has dropped over the last 5 years?
It makes no difference. You deal with your closest neighbor. Otherwise, you're dealing with food which is months and months old. You deal with your closest neighbor. It's got nothing to do with the economy. The whole economy is going to drop. Look how many.
You make your own food. You grow your own food, Pete, Chris.
Okay. We got our own food. Do you know how many farmers? Do you know how many farmers are committing suicide in the UK, Lee?
Chris,
Farmers have been committing suicide for years, even when we were in the EU.
Right. As long as I've been alive, the highest risk for suicide has been farmers and doctors. It was the same when I was a kid. It's the same now.
No, it's vets. Dentists, man. Vets are the worst job ever because you spend your entire life killing animals that you want.
Oh no, they get into it for that, mate. They become a vets to kill things.
And then dentists, you've got to stare.
They love it.
at
Again, the dentists, they get the job because they like to torture people.
Wow, you might want to talk to people. You end up with just fucking crap all over you from someone's.
Highest suicide rate for all my life has been doctors and farmers.
I'm really sorry, but we're heading back into Europe, and as Keir Starmer said, we're going to be at the centre of it, at the heart of Europe. Okay, and Keir Starmer's going to be there. I told Burnham what you said. I phoned Burnham and I told him what you said about him.
Keir Starmer is not the heart of his own country. I was going to be out of Europe.
Hello,
you know, the thing about Keir Starmer is
he won't last 6 months.
Hello.
He won't last 6 months. Even Tony Blair is saying.
I'm still trying to get through how was your week, and you're already getting back into the EU. Would you just pipe down? All right. Square Eye says, Chris, he has an LCD TV from 2014 in his spare room. Works fine, just in case you need a TV. And that's
all sorted.
For people that have been watching the show in the last few weeks, they wouldn't get that one. But okay.
New TV sorted. Literally, I literally got off the beach, back into the house. Liam and I quickly packed up the house and got to the airport. New TV sorted, so when I go back, it's going to be there. New bathroom units being installed whilst we're away, and then hunky dory, happy days. Literally, my week has been perfect. You know, literally, all I've got to do now is do some streaming.
It sounds like your dream week as always. So glad things are working out for you. So anyway, Minister of the ManCave is with his presence. How was your week been, sir?
Good. I was
nobody fucking cares, dickhead.
I know, but I'm telling you anyway, Cam. I was in Lisbon last weekend, seeing the missus, because I've got now a very busy June starting to on what day is it? Tomorrow. In fact, I'm going to Grenoble. I've never been there. It's next to the Italian border in the Alps. And then I'm there for a week. And then I'm back in France routinely. We've got a lot going on in France this month.
So, Andy, got a question for you, Andy.
Yeah.
Are you cabin crew? Because literally, you're flying to a lot of places. What are you doing? Are you cabin crew? Or you're a pilot and you're not telling anyone?
No, I'm just happening to take a lot of flights for work, really. So, yeah. But regardless, I've got to deal with it. And then the missus has already chosen a new puppy.
A new man.
Too soon for me to get excited about, but that's the thing. So we've gone
come on, keep guys. What breed is going for?
We've gone to opposite ends of the scale. We've now got a puppy corgi.
So you went from a dog like big as the house to something like can fit in your pocket.
Yeah, we've gone, okay. In terms of scale, we've gone.
Eric, they've gone from one extreme to the worst extreme. Corgis are what we call healers in the UK. They are bred to chase cattle and bite their ankles.
Oh boy.
The Queen could own corgis because no one could send her to prison.
Right.
The corgis at Buckingham Palace used to bite people all the time.
Yeah. And
When will you
if
just buy a proper fucking dog?
and look, I didn't choose it. I didn't even know about it. I was just told.
Proper. Just
The
get
thing
hold
is,
of her,
Listen,
slap her, say, do your research, buy a proper fucking breed.
yeah, listen. The things I was on the sofa on Monday, and the thing jumped up on its hind legs, put its paws on the sofa cushion, and then tried to bite my ear. Little fucker does that again. It's going to be a rugby ball and a fucking try, basically. It's going to be a fucking predator's goal.
Now you say the thing. Okay, I think we know what you're referring to. Does the thing have a name?
It does, but
What's it called?
I thought you got the wife jumping up and biting your ear.
no, I know you do, Lee. You like it. I quite like it, to be fair.
I
But
thought the wife was biting your ear.
no, the dog.
Oh, right.
Honestly, I don't want a dog yet. It's too soon for me. I'm still grieving. But
Already got it. It's already got one.
yeah, she already picked it up. Fuck's sake.
So what's the dog's name, Andrew? Come on.
So my wife has everything to do with this, not me. It's called Bun.
Bun.
What?
Bun. Don't even ask me. I
No,
didn't name it.
B-U-N.
I had no knowledge it was coming. She's like, meat bun. And I'm like,
Meat
What?
bun. It's got any sauce on
well,
that?
not a meat bun. She said, fuck it, I don't even know. I literally
Good
can't
thing
even.
about it is you drop it out the kitchen window onto the hard surface and will explode.
Yeah, I can
the
see
thing
what
is,
you-
Drop it out the window now.
well, I've gone from a 68 kilo dog to a fucking 2 kilo dog.
Tasty.
I'm not happy about it, really. And she is, and that's fine because, you know, happy wife, happy life.
No, not true.
Well, I'm keeping quiet about it. I don't say I wanted another dog yet, and I didn't want a fucking little dog. So there's that. And yeah.
See, but at least that dog, when you go up and back to Gatwick, you can carry it in like a little satchel on the plane.
Yeah, it's only going to be a Paris fucking Hilton, aren't I? I'm going to have a
Oh, there you
satchel
go.
sitting
Yeah,
in.
I think it goes well with the trolley dolly position that Chris was talking about. I think
Right, yeah.
the trolley dolly thing, and then you've got your links with the royal family as well, haven't you? So
Yeah, I mean, not really, but I have a.
Well, you
Sadly,
know,
I hear. Listen,
let's be fair.
I hear Andrew now is facing proceedings. I've heard that this week. I think.
No. He's been investigated for allegations. The girl hasn't made allegations. Her solicitor has, which means they're looking for a payoff, which means it didn't fucking happen.
Right.
I don't know. I think there might be 14 million reasons why she might be doing that, though. I think there could be a little bit of
There's a really good
Allegedly,
podcast called
ManCave Cares. Blessings to you on this Friday.
There's a really good
anyway.
podcast called there's a good podcast called The Crime Agency. So one of them's a journalist, an ex-head of the Met, and they were talking about it the other day. And even the guy from the Met was saying, "Oh, we all know he's a bad one, but this ain't the girl. They're going to get to court." Yeah.
Right. So it's a cash grab then.
Yeah,
Fair
well,
enough.
he's never going to get punished, is he? Unfortunately enough, I think the
I think the will the people are there. I think the will's there to do it if they could find someone that'll stand up in court. So the reason the girl isn't accusing him, the solicitor is because she's hoping for some shush money.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the royal family also has another trick for keeping people quiet, but that's another story.
Yeah, couldn't break cables.
Yeah.
Couldn't break cables will do it. Yeah.
That's an old
French tunnel.
trick. That's
It's
an
the
old
French
Martin
tunnel
trick,
method.
so don't worry about it.
So yeah, no. Apart from that, it's been a warm week in both Lisbon and in the UK. Actually, it's been really warm this week. And just a shout out to the amigos on the chat as well. Antonio F. Hello, mate. Squire. How you going, Si? Square Eyes, how's it going, mate? Yeah, so all good and off to France for some more work, basically. So
Are you
yeah.
sure they said Grenoble, not Chernobyl?
No, I'm going to Grenoble. Grenoble. There's no reactors in Grenoble. There's ski lifts, but there's no
We
snow.
don't need
this time of
any
year.
electrics around here.
Yeah, no. I actually Chernobyl would be quite a good place to go visit once it calms down a bit, or Pripyat at least. It'd be quite interesting to see like this abandoned civilization. I think Pripyat would make an awesome paintballing venue.
But it hasn't affected the walls, has it? They've mutated to sort of deal with the radiation. That they're okay.
Well, I mean, the hot zone has gone cooler now after this time, so
It's a bit like Birmingham, isn't it? Really, no matter how polluted it is, it kind
Nowhere
of
near as dangerous, man. Nowhere near as dangerous.
I tell you what, Birmingham, bit tasty at the moment.
I've got a bit of a toast, actually.
Okay.
And it just reminded me. Who did you meet last week, Gary?
Oh yeah,
What was that?
Back in the UK last week, who did you meet up with?
Last week? No, that was a few weeks ago, wasn't it? You on about Simon?
Were you on last week?
What's on?
Did we talk about it already?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have. Yeah.
Oh, right. Anyway, Gary has properly done the fucking the ManCave bingo and then turned the page over and carried on doing it.
Yes, because you did Stephen as well, didn't you? And that's a fucking different.
Well, it's only a malicious rumour.
Bloody hell, that was very quick, girl.
And when you say doing, what does that exactly mean?
getting his card mocked. Yeah,
So all you mancavers out there who haven't been visited yet, I'm on your way.
Watch out.
Watch out, I'm on your
I'm
way.
on the way.
I'm not sure who's left, but
I got a message off Nuno last week. I went to bed quite early, so I don't know if he discussed it with you lot. But he wants to set up a dinner at his place. Everyone's invited, obviously. So we need to. I'm going to start a WhatsApp chat like this week. I think it's his new house near me.
we'll work that. So
Pardon?
I said we will work that out.
I'll start a WhatsApp group this week for it.
Okay. So if we want to light up the room, everybody's done with the how was your week and all of that. Yeah.
Well, it is 10 to 11, but we should be.
Okay. So I'll put a comment up and you can kind of take it. There.
You have to read it. I can't see it on my phone.
what's going to happen
What's
with
gonna happen
NVIDIA
with
and AI?
NVIDIA and AI? Fuck Barrage, fuck Stormer. Honestly, the blue versus red thing is a scam.
Yeah, the
There you
second part of that statement I support fully.
Okay.
NVIDIA and
Can you
AI.
get it slowly so I can understand what you're saying?
If anyone thinks the EU is the savior of any economy, they need to have their head checked. EU is going down the federalist path.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm very glad we're still part of the EU, and I appreciate the subsidies. So I can definitely say cheers to the EU. And Gary, I think you're wrong, honestly. Being as a farmer, you get a lifeline because otherwise it's impossible to make money, man.
No, you get subsidies. You get subsidies. That's what you get.
Yeah, but that is basically a lifeline because otherwise I was
That's a pension. That's an excuse for not growing things.
Well, no, it isn't, because if you did my $1,000,
Jeez.
even if you're doing it all by hand, I still don't think you'd make a profit on it. I think you need at least 3,000 to even start making a profit. And with the amount of work that goes into it, mate, honestly, I really do think that you need them just to function, to be perfectly honest, around here. So there you go. And that's
thing I think though that the other advantage is if you do have like a rural economy, then you can actually also do like the barter rather than trade kind of business. You know, the favors for favors, products for produce.
Who the fucking are you going to barter with, Dick? And you got no skills.
Go mow a lawn or
Who
two.
are you
Yeah?
going to barter with? Who's Joel going to barter with? Who's Chris going to barter with? Oh, Chris will drive you 4 lemons across the country and take half a lemon. Barter systems don't work in a city environment.
No,
People
I'm not talking
starve.
about city environment. I'm talking about
Farmers have been getting hands out for so long that they know that. Right. So any business that gets her hand out to keep going fails. The only way to make a business work is to be innovative and to work harder and to improve equipment. Farming hasn't changed in the last 15 years. If anything, it's got worse. No wonder the kids are leaving by the fucking droves because there's no innovation with it.
Well, to get the equipment though, I mean, like, so on that tractor parade I was on, like with you, yeah. One of the guys there has got a £2 million tractor, yeah. In order to pay that off or just keep it functioning, I don't think you could do that without having A, loads of land, and B, the subsidies that help you out. I personally think you could do it. And without
he shouldn't be in business.
But
No, I
without
disagree with that because
it wouldn't be fire safe around here. And one of the reasons why I love this region is because everyone clears their land. I look around and all the land's fucking.
I'm not paying my taxes to pay you to clear your fucking land.
Yes, you are.
Everyone goes about their taxes.
Listen.
Well,
I'm going to disagree with you, Lee, for a minute because I can tell you for now, renewable energy is subsidised up the fucking arse, yeah, and they will keep going because they'll still charge you more expensive bills because it's renewables than in conventional power. You are basically
it's a
saying not
business
all
that doesn't exist.
fail.
Again, it's a business that should not exist. Nuclear power is the cheapest and cleanest power.
And I agree with that. But I'm saying to you, subsidised renewables will keep going because there's too much money on the line. There's too much.
Because they're getting handouts. Yeah, so I agree. Cut the handouts off. Stop giving them money for nothing and fuck them off and build nuclear power stations.
No, I agree with
that.
But
it's the cleanest way to do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying subsidies keep things going.
Wind turbines have never paid for themselves. Solar panels on a mass market don't pay for themselves.
One of the big profits that Charlie is making is off the wind turbine projects that he supported initially. Obviously, he's scamming you out of shitloads if you're like Chris and you're paying.
Yeah, he's not making money. He's making handout money. He's getting paid to do it.
He's making money because electricity prices have gone up and because of fuel shortages. And I much prefer to not be dependent on anyone. And that's why I like renewables. I don't have to depend on the garage. I don't have to depend on fucking electricity company, anyone else.
Solar panels for you, Peter, work. They work.
Yeah, for me, they do. They work. They work for you. Maybe 2 months.
But on mass scale, they will never pay for themselves.
No, the big ones are fucking useless. They'll never pay for themselves.
Yeah. Individual households like yours, Pete, where you're away from the main grid, it works.
Yeah.
You are one of the fortunate few that it works for. The rest of us, we're just paying from our taxes to support an industry that doesn't make any fucking profit.
Well, it does for us shareholders.
Yeah, I would disagree.
No, but it's not profit, Andrew. That's taxpayer money.
BP would not
be my money. That's my money that they're getting for their profits.
Yeah, yeah.
And your money, and Pete's money, and Gary's money, and Eric's money. Not so much Joe, he doesn't work, and not Chris, because he doesn't pay his. He doesn't pay when he does his McDonald's deliveries.
We think.
Yeah, they're making profit. They're making money from handouts from the government.
So Simon has some stocks to watch. We're like an all-inclusive place here. We have business advice. We have everything. So some stocks.
All I can say is this: I pay my taxes, okay? And you know what? I couldn't give a shit about people saying about that's my taxes. You know the reason why? Because at the end of the day, they spend your taxes on whatever the fuck they like. Literally, they flipping waste your taxes. So at the end of the day, all we got to remember is there's death and taxes. That's all there is. Everything else is just a mush.
Do you know what, Chris? Your taxes pay for
I just want to wind Chris
Christmas party.
I just want to wind Chris up a little bit.
Chris, your taxes pay for Boris Johnson's Christmas party.
my taxes pay for your Christmas party.
Boris Johnson's Christmas party, the one during COVID. You know that.
Well, I'd say, but I think the posher you are, the more money you get from the taxpayer. So essentially, people know how to play the system. When I was at LSE, I knew I got a whole load of money from the taxpayer. I got even my education was paid for by Maggie on an assisted play scheme. The more intelligence the more middle class or upper class you are, the more taxpayers' money you use. To be honest,
Well, you
like,
pay.
Joel, do you have anything to say on the subject? You've been very quiet this whole time.
I've been very quiet because I've been listening to everyone, and I'm trying not to be disrupted for once.
No,
So I will say this. I will say this only once.
Joel, we need to hear from you, sir. Go.
So, in my opinion, is this: governments are the biggest scammers and the biggest thieves there are. Independently, if you're in the democracy or in the dictatorship. Second of all, if you look at the case of Europe, it's almost like in a subscription base, like on YouTube. They created the problem and offered you a solution. In this case, they subsidize the farmers, they kill their production, they subsidize the fishermen, they kill their production.
Yep.
And in reality, they create a problem and they offer subsidies to you not to produce, not to fish, in order to create a solution to a problem they created themselves. Because the industry, primarily agriculture, which is one of the primary industries there is in the world, fishing, also the same thing. If the government would only regulate external fishing license or external merchants or supplies, or purchase products from other countries outside, for example, European Union, this is the case that I'm giving, if they regulated, or like the American president like so much to do, increase in tariffs, guess what? If they protected their own people, which they are not, because they did one agreement with Brazil and South American countries, and now they did another one with Mexico. The thing is, if we don't protect our own, who the fuck is going to protect us? Because honestly, I don't have any issues with open markets. But the thing is, if we don't regulate what this comes from outside, which is cheaper because the labor is less cost for the others, and we keep undermining our own production, guess what is happening currently in England, currently in Germany, currently in France? Every strong industry that we have currently is being fucked up, stabbed in the back by our own governments because the European Union wants to do so. Honestly,
there's another reason
at
as
this
well.
point, at this point in life, I prefer that every European country leave the European Union, because it has been more than proven there is a pit full of snakes that bite their asses of the enemies and our own people.
Joe, I'm
Well
gonna
said, that possibly, man. Well said.
Way to go, Joel.
Slightly disagree because
Andrew, before you butt in, I once made a joke about Joel talking for 5 minutes in English and not saying a word. That was his best rant I've heard in years. Well done, Joel. Second language and spot on. Well done.
I came to him right at the right time. So
the other problem is, Joel, is again going to policy. The reason why industries in UK and Germany, for example, are so fucked is because also of the energy policy of renewables costing so much more to the bill payer. We're not competitive from outside sources.
Yeah, but the problem is,
Andrew, they just started buying gas off Russia again because we know we can fucking run on our own.
Instead of pushing, for example, car industry for pushing for, we have to stop. I think that Europe now has regressed. I'm not sure, but the schedule was no more combustion engines by 2035.
That's laughable.
It is fucking laughable. And yet you see the cases. And yet you see the case, for example, Germany that now says that nuclear energy is a clean energy because they cannot maintain coal mining or gas production because of the blockage they are doing to Russia, which in reality they are not. We all fucking know that on the back door they are fucking receiving gas anyway. And this
It's all
goes for
bullshit.
other countries.
It's all bullshit.
It's all fucking bullshit because they play to the population. We are blocking, or I don't know, I'm missing the English word now, so you probably understand. We are blocking everything from Russia. Bullshit.
Well,
Sanctions.
they're buying from third parties, aren't they? So they're buying from India at the moment, Russian.
And that's where India goes. And that's where India buys. They buy from China, and China buys from Russia anyway. So what is the fucking point?
The Indian oil is from Russia. I know that,
there used to be several countries that were like the main exporters of Russian gas and oil, right? And when the embargo came in, all they did was change their mailing address to countries where they were still allowed to buy the gas and oil. So they carried on buying gas and oil. They just changed the flag.
They've
just changed the flag on the ship. They've changed the name on the ship, and they're still running and selling the same gas and oil.
Yeah, but they are.
Go ahead.
All
I
ships.
think it's fairly clear over the past few months how reliant we still are on fossil fuels, without a shadow of a doubt. Right, with all your renewable energies, whatever, the place would come to a fucking grinding standstill if we didn't get fossil fuels. Right, full stop. There's no argument about that.
Yeah, Garbo, you have this may be
become so reliant on cheap Russian gas, fuel, whatever, right? That most of Europe was, in that boat, and suddenly that wasn't there anymore, and they get hit by this thing in the Straits of Hormuz. It keeps snowballing, right? But the fact is, right, you're still so massively dependent on fossil fuels. Forget your solar, forget your wind power, forget your nuclear, whatever. You are still so much invested in fossil fuels.
Of course.
Can I add to that, Garbo?
But
fossil fuels, listen, without fossil fuels,
Stand by, Lee. Andrew, go ahead.
Without crude, without hydrocarbons, you don't have solar panels. You don't have carbon fiber that makes turbine blades. You don't have mining without diesel engines and trucks. Yeah. Nothing on this planet would work without hydrocarbon fuel.
I was just about to say, sorry.
The fucking worst thing is they are saying that fossil fuels are becoming scarce, which is total bullshit.
That's bullshit.
I was going to say
the thing is, okay, I don't have any issues with development. Sorry, Lee. We don't have any issues with I don't have any issues with developing cleaner energy, more efficient, and everything else. But the thing is, we cannot rush technology. Okay, maybe a third world war probably would boost things up, because if we look at the previous two fucking big wars that we had, everything that was technology related had everything to do with war. We need a fucking third world war probably for developing cleaner energy.
Okay, we can do that.
We have people. We have people in the World Economic Forum saying they wanted to tariff, or they want to block access to the general population to water. This is fucking stupid and fucking ridiculous. If the population doesn't rise and end up putting these pieces of shit in jail, or putting somewhere they don't have a voice, it's my preferable option. Probably the desert island with a fucking volcano, active fucking volcano. That probably will solve the fucking problem. The thing is, if politicians keep giving a voice to those fucking retards, the world will not progress.
Thank you, Pete.
Okay. Can I just say that was
Pete, go ahead. Pete, go
right,
ahead.
I would just say.
I was next.
No, you're not. No,
I'll just say really quickly, Lee. All right, that I do think it's having pretty detrimental effect, and I think it's quite worrying for fire season for me. Is that the locals who would have helped the Estrangeros out in terms of clearances because of fuel prices now, they're not going to. So there's a whole load of land that won't be cleared. I mean, I know where it is, Pennamacore, definitely, but like it means that there are sections that are going to be much more vulnerable. And where Gary is, that whole region around you is a big issue in terms of clearance. So at the moment, Lee, they're offering to clear land. They're offering every farmer between €1,500 to €3,000 a hectare to get their land.
Peter, I've had an email about it. They've offered me money to go north.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, it's not a lot, to be honest, given how much it costs to clear the land and with the diesel prices. But what worries me is just, for me, the one reason I really love my area is the tractors I go on a parade with. They make a big difference to the landscape around us, right? And they really clear the land. And it means that we haven't had a fire here in 50 odd years. This year is probably the most dangerous because of the amount of rain we've had, because of the storms we've had, and the amount of debris that still hasn't been cleared, or
I told you.
Are being cleared. You know,
on the drive up to yours, I saw acres and acres of downed dead trees.
Yeah, exactly, man.
That's just kindling, waiting to go up.
Yeah, precisely.
Same in the rear. I went to the rear on Monday last week.
Like,
and,
okay. Whoa, dickhead. Let's not change the subject.
Stand by. Lee, did you have your hand
Yeah,
up?
because I should have been before Joel, and then he took it, and Pete took
Do
it.
you have your hand up?
And now I get my say.
Go ahead. Joel, stand by. Go ahead.
I'm going to buy a baby goat.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to buy a baby goat. I'm going to call it Billy, but I'm going to buy a female because I'm going to fuck it.
Okay, good.
I'm going to buy a baby
Joel,
goat. I'm going to fuck it. I'm going to shave it for its wool. I'm going to use it as a sex toy, and then I'm going to eat it and get bored of it. If we all lived like that, the world would be a better place.
Words to
If we
live
all
by.
put
Joel,
shave them, and then ate them, I think we'd do well for our carbon footprints. They could graze the land that Pete's worried about.
okay.
Fucking I hate goats, Lee. Honestly, they're the most uncontrollable cunts. There's a reason why.
Don't buy one. Don't buy 10. Don't buy 10, Pete. Just buy one. Just buy one that you can tie down. You can fuck it.
Quite quickly.
You shave it for its wool, and then you can eat it afterwards.
It's going
Without guilt. Although they've got really big eyelashes. When they look at you, they might look a bit sad and sexy.
Okay, I'm directing traffic here. Joel, go ahead.
There's probably a bit of good news this week from the government.
I want to talk about plastic.
There's probably a bit of good news this week from the Portuguese government, because what they intend to do is they are going to make a law, or at least try to pass a law, where every citizen that is unemployed but receiving unemployment or RSE, any type of subsidy that people take advantage of it. I'm not the case because I don't receive any, so I'm out of it.
Clear the land.
Yeah, they are trying to push, so they will do community service. The intention, the funny thing is, this is from a center-right party, PSD, which is currently in government. But this was one of the laws or campaign objectives from the so-called far-right party, Chega, in order to put everyone that is receiving those subsidies to work as a pro bono, so to speak, because they receive from the government anyway. And the intention was to put them clearing the land. So I think that is a good intentions. Now let's see if this gets passed in the government by a law. If so, everyone that is unemployed, anyone receiving subsidies from the government, except the ones that are retired, those they are not doing anything else but collect pensions from the government, will have to sweat a little bit to earn that because after all, everyone that's working, contributing for the country with their taxes and everything else has to have some sort of a reward. And in this case, having those that are not doing anything for the country, doing something for the country themselves.
Yeah.
The problem with that, Joel,
Yeah.
the problem with that is that land clearance is actually a technical and trained job, and unemployed people will not be able to do it sufficiently.
I'd say as well as that, Joel, if I've got equipment that's cost me $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, 15, 20 grand, right? Am I going to put it in the hands of someone that's never fucking used it?
No, the manual labor, like everything back like the old days. You have a machete, you have a handsaw, and you do it manually. It's nothing to be afraid of using.
Joel,
it will
Joel,
fuck up the
Joel,
body,
it
yeah,
will
probably,
not-
but do it
It
manually.
will not work because those people are fat and lazy and don't know how to use. You can't give a machete to someone that's never used a machete before.
It's not gonna happen, Mike.
I was a fucking kid. I was 8,
Fat and
9
lazy.
years old, and I learned how to use a fucking mallet or a hammer, a sledgehammer, and use it
It's
with
not
10
gonna
to
happen.
11 years old. And I know the basic. I know the basic usage for. Look, I know the basic usage for the majority
I
of
wouldn't let you near my
manual
machinery.
labor equipment.
I wouldn't let Andy near my machinery. I wouldn't let Chris near my machinery. And you're intelligent people. I wouldn't let
I'm
some
not
scumbag
saying-
off the street near it.
That's why I'm saying manual. That's why I'm saying
No.
manual. I'm not saying
well-
giving them a
well-
streamer or a whatever.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
a
going to
blower.
cast your minds back.
Oh,
I'm going to
with-
cast your minds back to
Billy,
when you guys
Billy.
went to the rugby. I want to cast your minds back when you guys went to the rugby, and I had an issue with a chainsaw, and I phoned my close friend Lee, and I said, Lee, I've got an issue with the chainsaw. The chain's come off. The first thing out of Lee's mouth, verbatim, Chris, why are you using a chainsaw? And
Exactly.
it wasn't.
What are
He
you doing with
wasn't
the
taking a
chainsaw?
piss. He wasn't taking the piss. He was being 100%. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. He didn't say this, but he didn't say. But this
I
is
did
the
say
truth.
that.
And this is what.
say that.
Well, yeah, but you did. But this is what it actually translates into. You don't know the fuck what you're doing, and the first thing you're going to end up doing is going to be end up hurting yourself. And I'm worried that you're using something you haven't got a fucking clue what you're doing, and that is a fact. And I got to be honest with you, these initiatives, they're ill thought out. They're ill thought. So you're saying that someone who's getting a pension, who's paid into that pension pot, is then from the state, is then because they're getting a pension from the state, they've then got to go out and flipping work for it twice. They've
You
paid into the
actually
pot.
listen to what the fuck I said, because I said people that are retired or even on a disability pension, they don't apply to that. It's those that are at home with unemployment subsidies or receiving subsidies for. There's a subsidy called RSI. Rendimento de Inserção Social. It's in Portuguese because I don't know how to fucking translate it.
No matter what I say about Chris in the past, about his fucking delivery
And I said
I
this
actually
clearly.
think
I
Chris
don't
is
have any.
intelligent.
It is actually, I think it is a good option to put those people that are not doing anything besides staying at home and receiving that money, or going to the cafe and doing nothing else but drinking coffee the entire fucking day, to actually contribute with some labor. And also, I mentioned it that okay, you don't actually need to use appliances like a chainsaw or anything else, because it may not manual labor. The easiest tools to use are those with your fucking hands, not electrical or gasoline appliance.
No, I think
Nothing
Nothing
will get.
Yeah.
I think to Joel's point, that people could be used like in the simplest of situations where we get more.
Doing what? Doing fucking what? All those thousands of trees on the way to Pete, you can't manually pick them up and move them.
No, but
You can't do
somebody cuts them and somebody says, "Okay, you
Put
you
those
do
blocks in
this
there.
in that
No.
bucket over there."
Okay. So a piece of one of those trees that's been cut straight through a trunk and it's only a foot long. That's 2 people to carry that 100 meters. I wouldn't fucking do it. It's not safe. It's on embankments. It's on the slopes and hills. It's in sand. You can't have untrained people clearing land. It doesn't work.
I'd say, Eric,
let it burn.
he's absolutely right. And for me, I have to judge. To run this farm, I can't do it on my own. I have to, for the amount of hectares I've got to depend on other people, right? And Lee's, we were talking about earlier, it's really difficult to get good people who work hard, right? I've got a couple of people that I rely on that work really hard, that are brilliant, but to find them, it's like a fucking needle in the haystack. You're not going to find them when they haven't got the skills to use the machinery, which makes it possible. Lee and I both know, without the heavy machines that we've got around here, we've got a really small population, right? To keep the land the way that we keep it around here, you have to have some big fucking machines, and you have to have people know how to use them and know how to use them safely. With a chainsaw, the biggest issue is that you have to be confident enough to use it, and you have to be completely sure and safe at the same time, right? That isn't an ability like 80% of the population have. They can't do it. So
fucking 92% of the population will have it, Pete.
Probably right, man.
No, I don't. I don't think Chris is an unintelligent man. I love Chris. I'm sure he's very clever in issues that I would have no idea about. But I would not let him buy a chainsaw off a shelf.
No, and that's fine.
But anybody can.
You know, I worry about Gary. When Gary said he was doing chainsaw and buying a chainsaw, I told him the same thing. And I love Gary. But machinery is dangerous. Machinery is dangerous.
You'll do anything to win this swimming contest, even if I've got my own arm off.
Well, and it's not just that, it's what you cut, the way you cut. If you're cutting a tree, the amount of power stored up in a tree, yeah, even if you were cutting it with, as Joel said, like with an axe or something, yeah, it's still a fucking dangerous job to do. And you don't know.
Especially windblown ones that are laying down. The ones that stood up are easy. Standing trees are easy. Damaged trees are dangerous.
People can drive, take the stuff away somewhere.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That the least skilled possibility, you have manpower, and I think manpower is necessary to accomplish this task that we have.
Eric, you're so wrong. On the first day, somebody will. On the first day, if they sent out 1,000 people doing land clearance, somebody will die.
Okay.
Somebody will die on the first day. I'll guarantee it.
Okay. So when the whole country starts burning up, how many people are going to die?
Then, yeah.
Okay. You know what? Make them pick litter up off the street.
Okay.
How's that?
That's fine.
As long as
they're not fit. They're not fit to do land clearance. They're fit to pick litter up.
Okay.
That's
That's fair enough too.
Gary,
I'm just saying if there's this labor available, right, it needs to get to put to some reasonable use.
The problem
right?
is
picking litter up, cleaning graffiti. That's it. That's two. That's the only thing I can think of.
Problem is, how do
Picking
you
up
make
litter and clearing graffiti.
How do you make people work who don't want to work? That is the problem. That is
You can't go in.
I should say, unless you work, you don't get your benefits.
Yeah, but how do you gauge the level of work, whether it's acceptable or not?
So when I worked for Fordham Council, when I worked for Fordham Council, we had a scheme called Return to Work Scheme, right? And on the first day, we would get maybe, it depends on the month, we'll get maybe 30 to 50 guys turning up. I would not learn their names for the first week because I knew they wouldn't turn up. They would rather not get benefit than come and do litter picking.
Okay.
You will face that. You will face that.
We will provide a uniform for them and health and safety talk, health and safety equipment. And I got reported because I called them all Jack. And I called him like Red Jack, he had red hair, or Black Jack because he was black. or gay, Jack. You sounded gay because I knew they wouldn't be there a week later.
So
It's
Go
pointless.
ahead, go ahead,
It
Pete,
doesn't
Pete,
work.
go ahead. Pete,
right,
go ahead.
back in the Soviet Union, they had exactly that problem, right? So I used to be a communist when I was a kid. I went out to Russia when
Of
it
course you
was
were.
still part of the US.
Still a fucking idiot.
And
I
what
became
they
a teacher after that.
what they did is they got people that there were people that were so unfit to work, right? The only job they could get them to do was sit at the bottom of an escalator to make sure no one fucking tripped over when they were going up and down escalators, right? So you had people that are so fucking absolutely useless at fucking everything that you have to put them in those roles. The chances of you getting people that can actually clear land, as Lee is saying, yeah, it's a pretty minimal. I mean, in Portugal, maybe a bit. If you've gone back 30 years, maybe, but now I don't think. I think it would be really tricky to find people. It's hard enough finding people here anyway, and we rely during harvest season. We still rely on a lot of immigrants that come over.
I just told you. I employed a guy today that claimed to be a tree surgeon that didn't last till fucking 11:30
Exactly.
for a wage. For a wage, and he walked away.
Yeah. Well, Lee, I employ people. I don't even let them near my machines. I let them bring their own, and I'll let them near my machines if they can prove that they can do a day's work and that they're careful with what they do. Yeah, and it's fucking tricky. It's hard finding people that are good out here. It really is. Volunteer system. So
again, no offense, Joel. I love you to pieces. How long do you think Joel would last working with me for a fucking morning this heat?
It's a fucking.
He wouldn't get the fucking van. He'd take one look at the tools and go, I'm not taking them out of a fucking van. That looks like hard work.
Over the head with a shovel.
Yeah.
We don't know, but that could happen.
Yeah,
but anyway, there's been a string of comments coming in, and I'm not sure that I understand why.
Fuck the comments. I don't like any of them.
No. Current chat is how we try to validate our existence when AI takes over. I'm fairly sure that hasn't been part of the chat, but if it has, can somebody?
Yeah, I will simplify things. When AI takes over, we are fucked.
Oh, well, no, we're not.
Yeah.
No, we're not. No, we're not. I am all in with AI porn. AI porn is amazing.
That's not what we've been talking about, right? I just want to make.
But can I just say, AI porn is amazing.
Okay.
You can get anything. You can get anything you want. Anything your heart desires, and the videos are getting so much better every day. It's fantastic. I love AI.
Yeah. Andrew, go ahead.
Have you heard of the dead internet theory?
No.
So there's a theory that because AI generates stuff from what's already out on the internet, that AI will add to the internet's contribution of stuff, and then other AI will go and look at what AI has already done, and it's going to go around in a big loop, and eventually it's all going to be dreamed up nonsense from computers. It's
already dreamed up nonsense. It's already dreamed up nonsense.
No, but because AI will take it out of other people's hands and do it itself, you'll basically have bots spamming bots and AI basically creating AI from other AI. It's a theory that it's all going to get reduced down to a load of shit, basically. The internet will be pointless.
Andrew, that should be renamed as the Wikipedia concept.
Okay, fair enough.
Because that's what Wikipedia is. That's what Wikipedia is. It's all bollocks.
AI. I had a guy in came around to mine to help out with the build. Really nice, right? And he did a video, so I'm fucking on that as well. But he got his AI bot out and he asked it to spell. He said, "How many R's are there in raspberry?" And the first thing AI said was 1. Right, and then he said, "How many R's are there in berry?" And the AI said 2. And then he said, "How many are in raspberry?" And it said 2. It's fucking shite. You could put yourself up as a professional. There was another guy that put himself up as a professional arm wrestler, right? And another one that put himself up as a food contestant. AI believed it, spread it about. It's shit. At the moment, the only thing AI is good for that we can work out is cracking codes and AI. It's the same as
porn.
And Paul,
I'm going to give you one simple example of one AI.
Go ahead,
So the guy to test the AI did one thing, PC engineer or a computer engineer, a programmer, basically. So the guy was testing the AI that he was updating. And he started to interchange between offices a fake email saying that the current AI that was working would be replaced by a newer, better version. What the AI tried to do was first try to upload it itself to the internet. That didn't work because it was a closed loop. The second thing that it did, he found out that the program. Let me finish. The programmer had a relationship with another person inside of the office that was extra marriage. So he tried to blackmail the same programmer in order to save his own ass to keep that version of AI still alive and the other one not be updated. So the thing is, AI can have every type of information on the internet, but also can draw its own conclusions and be rational itself. It will not take long. If we keep on pushing for AI and data servers and everything else, for AI to become sentient, and this can be a conspiracy theory, but we are fucked if we keep on pushing for the AI.
Very good. Lee, go ahead.
None of what Joel has just said is true at all. The program was programmed in a way where it would defend itself against an attack from an outside program. And that is a different story to the guy that programmed one to make sure it would bribe him if he told it he had a... And that, the second one, he told the computer or AI he was having an extramarital affair, but he also programmed it to act the way it did. And then the whole bollocks got all put into one story in the New York Times. So somebody talked to somebody that wrote an article, and Joel has just spewed it all out as fact. And it's all bollocks.
Okay, so there's someone here that's been using AI for at least the last 2 or 3 years. Okay?
Oh,
and they've been using it.
Oh,
you want to
with the Uber delivery service.
No, Pete, it's the reason. When you think about it, what's AI? It's all AI is. It's a mash of different data and websites and things like that. In Pete's Tesla, that's AI. AI's been around for a long time, and let's face it. You know, people sit and think, "Oh, I'm going to lose my job." When we got computers in offices, everybody said we're going to have the paperless office. We use more paper than ever when people started getting computers because they'd print something. Oh, I've made a mistake. I print it again, print it again, print it again, print it again. It's all bullshit. AI is basically a different version of the internet. It's a tool, and you're right. It's a tool. You know, it's not there to be worshipped. Just like money is a tool to be able to do things. It's not there to be worshipped. You know, and I think people get so heated up on AI. Yes, AI can do some things, but AI will make mistakes. And when it makes mistakes, if people are sacking their workforce because they think they can do 40% of their work on AI, they're going to have a rude awakening because they could end up losing their business. Full stop. Because you cannot rely on AI. And I 100% I agree on that.
What I really
I'm a massive fan of AI. I think it's going to make the world a better place.
Yeah, I hate AI. I hate the fact that Google now is giving you AI answers instead of pushing you towards websites where you can judge yourself.
Okay, Peter, what are you asking it?
What I'm asking it? Usually stuff about how to build fucking sauna roofs and where
Well,
I can
just
get.
read the fucking instructions. Read the instructions that you got with your sauna, or watch a YouTube video. Why are you asking a computer for stuff you should already know?
I'm building it myself.
Be a man. Be a man and work it out yourself.
I am, which is why I research it. That's
okay, Andrew, what do you ask AI?
I use AI in a limited capacity because, again, partly when you ask it something, you get different answers if you ask it the same thing twice. So it's not reliable as yet to be relied on.
All right. Be a man. Work out yourself. Don't ask a fucking computer. Gary,
yeah, I do
what do you ask AI?
I don't.
Because you're a fucking man. Cheers, buddy. Me and you are men. The rest of them are weak.
So last week I was in Barcelona, right? And I wanted 2 different restaurants for 2 different nights. And I said, here's what I'm looking for. Here's kind of my price point, and here's when I want to go. AI picked 2 restaurants for me, made the reservation. Both of them were spot on, and I would recommend the restaurants that I went to both times to anyone. So
Okay. Eric, there's a thing called TripAdvisor.
fuck TripAdvisor. They never would have come up with the same thing. Hey, the freaking AI made the reservation for me. Okay, I said.
Okay,
I want to
Eric,
go this
think of a woman. You've got to think of a woman. Make her make the reservations.
No, it was
Be a
easier
man.
this way because I knew it was going to be done right? No bullshit. It was done. So I'm all for it. I'm a fan of Claude. Forget ChatGPT. Forget Gemini. Forget Copilot. I'm a Claude. Me and Claude.
Yeah, I'm starting to use Claude now more than ChatGPT.
There you go. Thank you.
I'm a massive fan of Honda and Still, and occasionally Husqvarna. And
Okay.
ladies, I am faggoted and fucked. I need to go to bed.
I'm not
Okay,
sure.
you probably do. Yeah.
I love you all, and I'll see you all during the week.
Love
I'll
you,
make
Lee.
you all
Take
about
care.
noodles too. Okay, good night all. Joel,
Ciao,
I
ciao.
loved your rant earlier, mate. Fantastic.
Bye bye. All right, one down.
No, I think he's still wanking. No,
No, he's gone. He's gone.
Or was Lee just an AI apparition? He
Yeah,
was
there
in
you
bed
go.
hours ago.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that was some face. I'm definitely no.
No, but truly along those lines, it really is developing, and it's not the be all to end all and all of that, but it can be used in certain circumstances, and it worked for me. So
I don't know.
You-
It poses a problem in terms of checking your sources. In terms of you could make some
Mhm.
pretty terrible mistakes if you relied on it completely.
agreed.
So
Totally agree.
Yeah. Also, the thing is, there are plenty of countries now around the world pushing for data centers and everything else. For example, there was a crisis with the RAM memories because of it, because everything is being allocated directly for those data centers, and prices are raising up. For example, NVIDIA will no longer produce graphics cards for the PC users or individuals, only for data centers. They are changing their economic stand on everything.
David
Just
Joe, that's where the money is, right?
huh?
That's where the money is. So they can
The
get
thing is,
they
data
can-
centers. The thing is, they are building these data centers, and not only for collecting data, but also to develop AI itself.
Uh-huh.
The issue with AI that I currently have is I don't have any issue using AI for work, because I need to develop something, and the AI facilitates the work that I need to do. Example, a 1 or 2 hours work for a paper that I need to present. It gives me a summarized. I give him the hints or the instructions I need for the work, and he gives me the full paper. And the other thing I do is edit it, what he writes and everything else, not to look like it was written by AI.
Mhm.
That is the work, the extra work I go through. But the thing is, if we try to develop AI to be more humanized, the issue is even if it is on its core programming, it will act more like humans. It will have our flaws. It will not have it will not take advantage of our goodness. It will fuck us all with our imperfections too. The example that I mentioned, it was actually it worked because they on those cases 84% of the times they give the option to the AI to either blackmail the fake engineer or try to come up with arguments to save itself from being deleted or be replaced with a better version. 84. I Google it to find out. Actually, Brave it, not Google, because I
Yeah,
basically
use it. Don't worry about that.
I don't use Google, and not that often anymore. So it reported that 84% of the time AI blackmailed the engineer. So this is a human reaction. Okay, granted, it was embedded in the code, but the thing is, AI also develops and learns and gives us the answers that we need. For example, I worked with AI and asked for giving me a profile of a random person, and I gave him certain topics on which he should develop and create a fictional character, not for a novel, but a fictional character. And he gave me a 4 to 5 pages long on basically what I instructed him with 4 lines, 4 or 5 pages long of intellectual scholarship development, where he worked, and everything else, as an argument to put on a worker page, but I needed.
Hey, Joel, stand by. This is all going to develop over time, right? So
it's going to get worse.
Stand by. Not necessarily. The AI models continue to be built, right? So, Pete, go ahead.
So, well, I was listening to a really interesting interview with Alex Reed, who's the son of Professor Reed, who I used to know when he was teaching at Royal Holloway. But they run one of the biggest recruitment agencies in the UK. So Reed Recruitment is like massive. And he was saying one of the biggest problems, the reason why they've got such high numbers of youth unemployment is that kids are constantly using AI to send off CVs and applications. Mm-hmm. And employers can see it straight away. And he was saying they'd be a lot better off writing one proper application themselves a day rather than sending off like 50 or 60 that are all AI generated, because they're pretty easy to spot. And I think ultimately it's de-skilling. One of the issues me and Lee were saying earlier is that those people that you're asking to clean land won't have the skills to clean the land, right? But it's de-skilling people from even the basics of applying and succeeding at an interview. So I think those are pretty negative things, to be honest.
I think that, stand by, Joel. I think, Pete, to your point, AI can sort of dumb down people to a certain extent. Joel, stand by. Just like I come from an era where the internet just started to come into being, right? And coming out of school, right, we knew what we knew. We were educated on what we were educated. And then the people that came behind us, they used search engines, right, to build their knowledge base, we'll say, right? So my education, right, ended up becoming dumbed down by people that came after me, because all they needed to do was be able to come up with the right keywords and the right, search things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying AI now is that next plateau, right? And to your point, I think if people go ahead and write their own CVs, they're going to set themselves apart, at least for now. I thought this out on my own, right? Because AI, you can pick it out. You're an educator, right? So you can pick out shit easily.
Usually,
I mean? So I think you're absolutely correct for now. Sooner or later, as AI becomes more intelligent over time, it's going to be harder and harder to differentiate fact from fiction. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. That's the
I
dead
don't know.
internet theory, though.
The thing is, if people are not lazy and actually, okay, you can ask the AI to do a paper on anything, like say, oh, how to change a spark plug on a four-cylinder engine,
Yeah.
so to speak, and then you can actually change some words, some phrasing, edit the thing that the AI gives to you, and deliver that paper anyway.
See,
You
but
can-
sooner or later, your
you can-
personality.
you can- yeah.
Sooner
You
or
can
later,
add your own touch. You can add your own touch to an artificial intelligence, change the delivery of the paper itself, and still pass as yours.
Yes.
Now, the thing is, the current generation is the lazier part of it, because it doesn't want to change it and just thinks that will solve the problem when you have 2 or 3 people doing the exact same work. We're using the exact same. I'm not saying, let's say, for example, one is using ChatGPT, the other one is using Gemini, and the other one is using the Microsoft
It's irrelevant.
AI version. The reality is, when they are to deliver the same, okay, how to replace a spark plug on a four banger, they will deliver exactly the same thing. If they don't edit it, if they don't make it their own, they will. The AI, even though being 3 different AIs, will deliver exactly the same speech.
Yeah, but sooner or later, it's going to learn your personality, and it's going to be able to say the same thing in your own words, right?
That's why, for example, when I used AI on my papers in my work, the thing is, okay, first of all, it was creating a fictional character, and the AI had all the free range it possesses from the internet to create a profile. The thing is, even if it is AI, even if it gathers all the information that is in the internet that us humans use, you still need to give it instructions on what you really want. Because, okay, create me a space rocket engineer profile. Go.
Yeah.
It will do a generic one. You can go 3, 4, 5 times asking exactly the same thing. If you don't give any details, AI will always give you the same fucking answer.
Yeah. Gary, go ahead.
Yes, which leads me on to a point.
No, stand by. Andrew, you're next. Gary,
No, I was going to wait for
Andrew, stand
Garbo.
by. Gary goes next.
There are some important things to take into account here, right? When we're talking about AI and the large sums of money involved, right, there are going to be inbuilt biases to this type of program. You know, those who program it, we're going to have, want to get something back from it. They don't do it for free. There must be some comeback for it. So when you get your suggestions for how to change a spark plug, yes, they'll basically be the same, but you might get suggestions of where to buy your spark plug from. Yeah. And in the same way that you had your reservations come through, it must have a certain inbuilt bias somewhere. And that worries me, because it's like any form of information exchange, there's always a bias to it, whether it's media or whether it's, online. And that kind of worries me, because that then, people take that as verbatim. That is the truth. And then, like you say, people write CVs. They don't write anymore. They don't actually write one anymore. They type it. When was the last time we ever saw a written CV, in handwriting? Probably a long, long time ago. So you all become the same. You all become reliant on this artificial intelligence, and you believe what it tells you. That makes you very vulnerable to suggestion.
No, that's true. But at the same point, when you plug in an AI query, we'll call it, it always tells you that, at the bottom, no matter which one you use, it will say AI is not always right. You need to check the sources. You need to check this and that,
Right.
and the other thing. But point well taken for sure. Andrew, did you have a point to?
Well, I was just going to say, yeah, this is the dangerousness. Someone's written this AI with a certain personality.
Right.
How do you know they're not going to write it to kind of influence politics or influence
That's what Gary's alluding to,
motivation.
bias, right?
But
So
this is the thing. It's like people already now grow up not being able to read an analog clock face. So you get modern kids to try and hold a pen in their hand and you see how they actually hold it.
Yeah.
It's kind of worrying, right?
Oh, for sure.
But I'm also adding to this. I'm going to sign off. I'm falling asleep lying down here, so
Okay.
I'll speak to you next
Sorry
week.
we bored you. Sorry.
No,
we
no,
bored you.
it's me. I'm beaten. I'm done today. I'm
Thanks,
through.
Andy.
I'll be
Oh,
back.
Have
yeah.
a good weekend.
Bob Fismana and next week. Okay.
Ciao.
Welcome to my life.
Later.
No.
I would say that one of the things that you need to bear in mind about things like AI is, I understand what Joe was saying about, you take it, you adapt it, you change it, but a lot of it that you're changing is copy and paste. And a lot of these programs.
Sorry to interrupt you, Chris. The changes that I made was to make sure that it was not generic, or at least being sufficiently convincing that it was written by me, even though I'm not that literate, even though my level of literacy is not that great. The thing is, okay, I have he gives me the paper, I read what he gives me, and let me change this, let me remove that, let me add a date, or let me change the location or anything else. That is done by me. That is me thinking of what it provides me. I use AI as a fucking tool, basically, just to make sure that the thing that I deliver is personal enough to pass by, even though there are teachers that are full aware. Because, for example, the last course that I did, it was the first time I was fully using AI all the time
And what
to
you're
make
doing
it
is good,
work,
because
asking
if
for
you're
suggestions and everything else. Because, for example, okay, I need to, okay, where can I find this? AI, tell me where I can find this.
what you're doing
And
is
he will
good,
give me the
but
suggestions. And
what
from
you're
there,
doing
I
is
will
good. But
use
what
it.
other people do is what you're doing is good. But what a lot of people do is they will just copy and paste. And the thing
Yeah,
about
no, I
copying
was
and
not
pasting
copying
is,
and paste. I
I
was quoting.
understand. But I'm saying what other people do is they will just copy and paste, and what they don't realize is
Yeah, you
that
don't
on
look
this
at
on
it,
the
don't
computer
edit
screen,
it, don't change
on the
anything.
computer screen, what they can't see is they can't see the hidden text, because literally you're looking at a computer screen which has got a white background with black text normally, not you, but people. And what they don't realize is there's text which is written in white, which is the same color as the screen, which to the naked eye people don't see, but the computers see it. And that's how they track who's using AI, who's cheating. That's how they get people in universities who are doing things like plagiarism, literally, because they're just copying and pasting, and all this stuff's hidden in the background. And that's when people are applying for jobs. Years ago, people used to apply for jobs, and because you could only put a certain amount of information on your CV, they used to basically put the stuff on their CV in white text that the computer could read, but the naked eye can't. And then that would be picked up by the computer.
Go ahead, Pete. Pete, you had a comment? Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah. I was going to say my favorite use of AI so far, and I've only seen it used a few times, but my favorite by far was when you were up, Eric. Max used it to make an excuse as to why he stayed at the pub while a snail shat on his daughter and she puked all over the back seat. And I think that is the best use of AI so far I've seen. It gave her quite a plausibly long-winded excuse to a partner about avoiding your responsibilities and saying it was fine to let your daughter take snails back in the car. So that's where I think ChatGPT and stuff come into their own, is just making shit excuses. But I don't think it's necessarily a good thing for you as a business. For me, being top of Google was really handy for a long time, right? And I might have to change it. What I think is really bad is, just like Amazon, when there's a successful product on there, they will literally undercut the people and buy them out and take that product over. So you have to continually reinvent. With all of these chatbots, it's going to be the same thing. They'll be favoring certain businesses. You'll have to either be in or out. And if you're out, one of the things I love about Portugal, as Joel knows, is that most things aren't really advertised. Gary did a really good job with your interconnect site, getting a few things advertised. There's so many new things popping up, and they don't really advertise very long in advance for a lot of things.
Yeah, no, the government calls those that don't access computers or have other sources of digital how you say a person that doesn't know how to write or read? Or read?
Illiterate.
Illiterate.
I suppose. Yeah.
Illiterate. So digital illiterate, basically. So, for example, my mother is a digital illiterate. My
Yes.
father is a digital illiterate, even though I teach him on the basic stuff of going to the tablet and just scroll through Facebook or going to YouTube, not using the app. That's only it. It's still because I also consider myself an illiterate, but I know there are tools that I can use to my advantage, and people that are far more scholar than myself don't know or don't use those tools. Type of put me in a little bit of an advantage. And for example, I will mention that course that I was taking when I was fully using on every time they were asking us for do a paper, I was fully using AI in order to accelerate my in order to shorten my time schedule, in order to edit everything out, put everything in in sparkling Spanger, in order to give it the work perfectly as the teacher ordered and everything else. And there were people that were with bachelor's degree that went to university that had doctorates that were pissed at me because I was doing the work faster than them, because I was using tools they didn't know how to use.
Right.
The thing is, even though I consider myself a digital illiterate. The thing is, if I reached a point where I say, okay, I cannot give simple instructions to AI in order to get the results that I want, because then it will be too much generic. I need to give it instructions in order to fully accomplish what I need. So, for example, I had one of the courses was 50 hours of business, or of creating a business. So what we needed to do was creating a business for ourselves in on clean environment and energy. So I created a car company that do resto mods. So basically doing conversions to classic vehicles and putting them on electric engines, but fully reversible processes. So I needed someone to run the company. So it was that fictional character was an engineer that worked here in Portugal for a company in Mercedes-Benz that was developing engines and everything else, yada yada. So I gave the instructions for everything. I give the business plan to AI. Okay, I don't know how to work that out. I don't have any experience with business plans or anything else. So I'm going to give instructions to AI what I want. So basically, I first started with the basic commands were the objectives that the teacher gave us, to everyone in the class, to achieve, even if it is more basic or or more complicated. So I started with that, and from those first instructions, I complicated things more. I added more specifications and everything else to AI to make. So I created the fucking business plan of where I have a fucking car company, a garage where I would do conversions from classic vehicles to electrifying classic vehicles that were fully capable of being reversed back to original state if the owner wanted it. And the business core to maintain that shop working was, okay, we will do on as a main core of the business, we will do maintenance on electrifying vehicles. That would be the
Joel, just to kind of get to the end game, how, after all this paper and the research and whatever you presented, how did it work out with?
I delivered the work.
Right.
I finished and delivered the work, except for the graphic design of the stamping of the company. I delivered that was created by the person that hated me afterwards. So I delivered one day before the time limit to deliver the paper.
Yep.
But every single time I was, for example, I have one objective to do, and people were losing 2 or 3 hours. I was making sure that I was taking my time, making sure that that was the objective that the teacher wanted me to do. So every single point, so I compiled everything then in a Excel in a PowerPoint to give to him, and I give him all the points that he wanted it, because he said, okay, we don't have enough time to, for example, marketing, which was his strongest, which was his specialty. So we don't have marketing, but we will focus on making this. It was about 10 to 12 things that we needed to do in order to create the business, except marketing. Even marketing, I went on a little bit on the marketing side.
But at the end of the day, Joel, just because I want to go to the ManCave after all this is done, did you get graded favorably? Did you not get?
Yeah, I got a type of more A plus.
Okay, so AI worked for you, right?
Because the thing is, like I was saying previously, I used AI, but I give it AI specific instruction of what I wanted. Right. Then when the AI, because AI can manage to do everything, like for example 5-10 minutes, I would lose half an hour, 45 minutes, go through everything the AI gave me, deleted what I did not wanted, edited what I wanted with my own words.
Right.
So I changed the text a little bit, but keep the core of what AI gave me and change a little bit and fit it where I needed to fit it and everything else, and deliver the paper like it is. So I use AI as a tool, as a process to speed up what I have difficulty.
What would have taken you 3 weeks to do, you probably got done in 3 hours. So
what would take me 2 or 3 days probably to do, I did in 3 hours.
So then there are, at the end of the day, there are uses for it. It's not the be all to end all.
Just the how use the specifications of AI. The thing is, for example, now you have car companies launching driverless cars, vehicles onto the road, which are basically using AI to do everything else. The problem is, even if it is encoded, it will have flaws. The problem with AI still being updated is, okay, we will have factories now where robots will have AI interfaces that will be given the command, they will comply with that, they can work 24/7 every fucking day with no issues until they break, something mechanical breaks. And they will be replacing us every single time.
Yep. So you need to learn different skills, is what, not just you, but other
even
people.
We need to adapt to a point where, okay, a plumber, there will be robots that will probably go to the nooks and crannies of a pipe or anything else and fix that. There will probably an electrician or a robot. The thing is, I will give the example of Tesla because it's the one more known. They have the robot or anything else. If it is introduced with AI, if it has its own AI interface where he learns everything, he knows how to interact with humans, has a basic code where he's constantly learning, and the thing is, if he keeps in mind, if he doesn't overwrite, for example, the 3 laws of Asimov, if it doesn't overwrite that, then we don't have any issues. We will be replaced labor-wise by robots anyway. The process will take longer.
But then what?
The issue that I have is when AI will think that they are the ones that should, when AI thinks they are the ones that know what is best for us, that is when the problems will happen.
Okay.
That is why, for example, you have 2-3 movies, excellent movies called The Terminator, that predicts why AI will fuck us up in the ass.
Go ahead.
We replace our plumbers, we replace our electricians, gardeners, whatever. Yeah, these are people who are not working anymore. They're not producing capital. They're not working and producing anything in society. Where does that end? Who, at the end of the day, will be the consumer? Who will buy the product? How will we earn the money if we're
There
not
will be-
working and AI takes over?
There'll be a minimum wage.
If the AI takes
No, Pete,
over, there's
go ahead,
only
Joel. Pete, go ahead. Pete,
I
go
think
ahead.
there'll be a standard wage, and they've been suggesting that for a long time. It's not something that's kind of.
Who's going to fund the average wage? Who's going to fund that?
I would imagine the state would. So essentially,
You need money to go into the state to fund that. So who's earning?
would generate from taxes from companies that are running AI or running whatever. So you would still.
Are they going
generate.
to sit around and pay us to do nothing?
Yeah, well, Musk was talking about that for quite a long time. He's been saying the same
I'll
thing.
see
So I can kind of see stuff like that happening, but I think the thing is we face the same thing millions of other times. I'm sure when they were replacing horses with cars, right? People were saying exactly the same thing of everyone's
steam machines, not horses.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like we haven't been through this process before, but I also think that AI is a bit of a bubble. And I think they're finding generally is that it's not as useful as they possibly thought it would be. So
yeah, but the thing is, they are all. The thing is, I'm afraid of the fact that what they are doing now is, for example, these data centers or data storage facilities, or whatever we want to call it, those big facilities that consume a lot of energy. They use memory RAM. They are basically being used just for one purpose: AI.
Yep.
Nothing else.
I think with that being said, Joel, and your point is very well taken, and I agree entirely. It might be a good opportunity to have a little once around for final thoughts, because I think AI in itself, we could have a go around next week, the week after, a month from now, and just hammer this about, because there's so many aspects to it, from the like the data center aspect that you're talking about, to the usefulness, to the reliability, to the there's so many points we could touch on. So
yeah,
it might be valuable to maybe just have a show that encapsulates that whole kind of thing in the future, where we could just but at the same time, I think tonight we've touched on a lot of stuff tonight, and we're 2 hours plus in, which is good on everybody. So before you go to the ManCave, I'll put the link up there for whoever wants to join. I think it would be valuable to just have a little once around, final thoughts, week coming up, this, that, and then we can carry on. How's that?
Yeah.
Joel.
Final thought. Well, there's a local traditional year thing here in Matosinhos, Festa do Senhor de Matosinhos. If anyone wants to have a good excuse to come up north, visit me or anything else, and go to the festa and eat some churros and como é que se chama? Churros e agora I forgot the name of it.
And
anyway,
Francini up there in the whole country, right? So if you want.
No, churros. It's a thing with flour and egg. It's something long. It resembles like a banana, but
yeah, you have plenty of that in Barcelona, I'm sure, and best dipped in hot chocolate as well. I love churros.
So there, so that's there. That's that. The also here we'll start the summer concerts and everything else. So yeah. Also next month I will do a search, and probably next week I will say what the exact day the RS is coming back to Portugal. It will be here in Porto where there's more people watching it. So probably those that are interested in seeing smaller sporty planes going through the river and flying next to a bridge probably want to see that spectacle, because it's far better looking than seeing in Lisbon. So I will give you the dates and a good excuse to visit Porto for that, because usually the last time there was officially, it was not air race, it was Red Bull air racing. It was around 3 million people on the coast of the river Douro on both sides just to watch the race.
Okay.
Wow.
So, Joel, next week you give us the.
I will give you the definitive date just to make sure. I've seen it, but I didn't.
That's fine. So
Didn't
next week I'll call on you for that. Pete, any final thoughts? Anything going on? Anything we should know about?
Oh, I don't. Well, I'm gonna go to a chorizo festival tomorrow, but possibly I might come up and see you guys for a beer. But
I remember. Sorry, Pete. It was for the
yeah. Oh no, Futura's are lovely anyway as well. But I'm definitely going to. There's a blues festival in Porto that I'm definitely going to go to. So I'll give you a shout then, Joel. I
hope so.
We'll definitely do that. But yeah, I don't know. Final thoughts. I just hope that fuel prices don't go up so much that we have any problem with land clearing, and particularly I'd say, Gary, around your area is probably was much worse hit than where we were. So I mean, I don't know. It's fairly clear here. What's it looking like around yours? It would be a question really, because I haven't driven up to yours since just after the storms, and it was pretty amazing how much stuff was down. So I don't know. What was it like? What's it like around Alvazra?
We've got it mainly clear now, around the town, but the forested areas, you can still see there's thousands of trees down. And if a fire breaks out, there's no way you're going to get a fire crew anywhere near it. So it's just going to burn
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, man. Yeah. So I'm not looking forward to that bit, but at least we're due cooler weather next week, which would be nice. So hopefully a little bit less of a risk would be good. But no rain, I hope, as well as you do, Gary, because fucking great to have it all cleared.
Yeah.
I think this is the most cleared I've ever had my land in terms of I can see loads of bits I've never seen before. So it's looking really good. I'm really happy with it. So if it rains, I'm going to do some sort of fucking goat sacrificial stuff to the devil to make sure that's good. Anyway,
Don't remember, Pete, it's a salted spud over your left shoulder, not the right one. Okay.
Which trouser leg is it up? I can't remember. No.
Thank you, sir. Garbo, any final thoughts? Any things we need to know about going forward?
I'm just looking forward to tomorrow, really, with the large selection of beers that may be on offer.
Yep.
And maybe a bit of pizza afterwards.
Yep.
And Pete, if you do want to come down, let me know. I can fit you in some if you need to.
I will see how my builder. He's going to tell me tomorrow whether he's coming, which is fucking great. So I'll know tomorrow morning. And if he doesn't kill me and I'm left bereft of being able to go anywhere, I will definitely come along. So it's just
can't say better than that.
Yeah, it would be good to see you, Pete, if you can make it for sure.
Oh, it'd be lovely. It'd be nice to see you guys, definitely.
So yeah, thanks for a how would you say a
wide spectrum of topics.
Yeah,
and
there was a wide spectrum of topics, but I think we landed on one that we need to delve into going forward in a myriad.
For being a really good host. It was really nice not to have one person completely dominate the conversation, as has happened recently on a number of occasions. So that was really nice.
I try my best, sir. It's not easy. So
thanks. It's really good.
So to everybody that's still out there, and there's still a few, I'll throw the banner up to whoever wants to join the After Cave, which we'll do for a bit, depending on how many show up or who shows up and this and that. But Yeah, it was a pleasure doing the show tonight from the central of Portugal, which I don't often have the opportunity to do. And thanks to you guys for hanging around for the entire show. Joel and Pete for sure. Everybody participated in a very valuable way, and I appreciate that. So next Friday, I will be in Lisbon, back at home. So I expect the show to be carried on from there. So until then, we hope to see you at that point. But as Garwo would say,
Up your bum.
up your bum for sure.